Hey, and welcome back to another video here on my new channel, Ronnie the Reader. I am super excited for today's video because I do plan on starting it or turning it into a little bit of a series. So a bit of a theme over my kind of channel announcement trailer video and my last video, my physical TBR, is I'm not that great at sticking to TBRs. So I thought it would be fun to go back and react to my first TBR videos that I made on my other channel back when I first started making book videos. That channel really went nowhere. And so I'm hoping that this turns out a little bit better than those videos. I wish with all my heart. The video we're going to watch today is a July 2017 TBR video. I have not seen this video since probably I posted it in July of 2017. So I don't really know what's on it. I think July is also when we did the booktubeathon, or now is known as the Reading Rush. I do plan on starting this, like I said, into a little bit of a series of like a TBR reaction series. I don't really know what I'm going to call this yet. I'll figure that out later. But it's definitely going to be excruciating to watch my videos and myself back then, and probably a little bit embarrassing because I don't know if I would have read a single one of these books in that month. So we're going to see. We're going to start the screen recording process here in just a moment, and then we are going to get reacting. All right, here we go. Let's press play. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Ronnie with another video today, and today I'm doing my July TBR. So I'm going to talk about all the books that I plan on reading in July. Why am I talking so fast? And if you're wondering why I have the same shirt on as yesterday's video, it's because I'm filming these videos back to back because I will not be able to film tomorrow morning. So we're having a little party cookout thing for my brother and for the 4th of July, so okay, yeah, no one cares. I'm not gonna have time tomorrow morning before I have to set up and everyone gets here and everything. So I'm just gonna do it now and just post this tomorrow, or today when you're watching it. So yeah, so let's just get into my TBR. So the first book on my TBR is the book I'm currently reading, and that is City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare.
Oh, City of Heavenly Fire. Yes, I did read this. I finished that, I think, that month, and was not great. Cassandra Clare is not an author that is for me. I did read all of the City of Bones Mortal Instruments books, and I did read the Infernal Devices. Not read a single book since then. I will say I did like the Infernal Devices. Mortal Instruments were not for me, but let's see what I had to say then, because I think I was not liking it while I was reading it.
I'm only 72 pages in. I'm on chapter 3,
pages.
and this is a big book.
It's fucking big.
This will probably take me probably another week or so, I would think, like probably the first week of July to read.
I will say, at this point in my life, it would take me a lot longer to read a book this long.
Right now I have no major thoughts on it.
No major thoughts?
Still hate Jason Clary, obviously. Everyone else I'm enjoying. And I definitely am going to do a video about this whole series when I'm finally done this book. But yeah.
I think I privated that video. I don't think it's up anymore. Actually, it might be up. That'll be a fun video to react to in the future, I think, because, yeah. Also, why... I did zero editing. Like, is there any editing in this? I think maybe I edited out the parts in between each book, but like the the everything, there's no smooth talking going on here at all.
So I want to finish this. This is my first priority to finish in the month of July. Alright, so the next two books I want to...
That wipe across, I forgot that I used those a lot. That's
brought together because I'm halfway through, or like have already started both of them and just put them down for different reasons. And so the first book is Zeros by Scott Westerfeld. I started reading this a long time ago, and I'm like about halfway through.
Oh my god,
and I was enjoying it, but I just was never compelled to pick it up. But I do want to finish it. I want to see how it ends. I was liking the characters in the plot. It was all pretty interesting. I know this is like a series or a trilogy or something, and I already decided that I'm not going to read the rest of them, but I do want to see how this ends, and maybe it will make me to pick them up, the rest of them, but as of right now, no. But yeah, this is the next.
So I never read Zeros. I don't think I finished it, and if I marked it as finished on Goodreads, I think I'm lying because I have no memory whatsoever of finishing that book, or yeah, no. I don't think so. So we are 2 books in, and we're already at a fail. I wasn't expecting 100%, but I was hoping to at least maybe. I wasn't expecting it, but I was hoping. I was
Book I
hopeful.
want to read after that. And then
Alright, the
following
next
that
one,
one, I want to finish
uh,
Nemesis
Nemesis.
by Brendan
Alright,
Reeks.
we don't need to listen to what I have to say about this because it looks like I talked for a long time about it. I did finish Nemesis later on that year, and so not in the month of July, because I did not finish that book until I was back at school my sophomore year. So that would have been in, let's see, I moved in August, so sometime in September or October, or November. Sometime within those 3 months is when I finished that. So I did not finish this book in July, but I did finish it in the year at least. So that's good. And no, I never finished it. I actually think so. This video is clearly not where I am right now. This was filmed back in my childhood bedroom in my mom's house. So some of these books are now existing with me here. Like you can clearly see Columbine and the Romanoffs right behind me, which are still on my physical TBR right next to me. And my Vampire Academy books, which are, where are they? I don't even know where they are. They're right behind me somewhere. I don't know. They're over here somewhere. So a lot of my childhood books, like these ones, are still at my mom's house. So I do want to get them eventually, but I think when I went through them, I think I got rid of this book. But yeah, let's. I guess we'll see what else I have to say, and we'll speed me up too.
Reaches. I don't know how you
We are
say that
gonna
name.
go
But yeah, I'm probably a
1.5.
quarter up through this one. And I bought this book a few months ago when me and my two friends went to the mall. We stopped at a Barnes& and Noble. And I had just heard about this book probably like maybe a week or so beforehand. And it sounded really interesting, so I picked it up and I started reading it. But then the end of the semester came and I just got super busy, so I couldn't finish it. Then I got home and started reading other things. But I do want to finish this. And I know this is like series, duology, trilogy, something. I don't know. I just know on Goodreads it says Nemesis #1. And I'm kind of upset about that because going into this, I thought it was going to be a standalone. But we'll see how it ends if I want to continue. But I'm enjoying it.
I am still like that. I really like I'm not a series person. I think so. Like I don't know. I recently went through and made a master list of all the book series that I've like started, at least according to Goodreads, like things that I've marked on Goodreads. So I know that's not like everything because I know there are books that I have read and have started and maybe never finished that are not marked on Goodreads. But this book, I mean, I don't even really remember what it was about. I think it was a girl who maybe she was attacked and I think she ended up dying, but then she came back to life, if I'm not mistaken. And it turns out that she was like part of like a government experiment, I think, is like what the premise of the book is. If that's a spoiler, I apologize, but this book came out 6 years ago. So I don't know, but yeah, it wasn't my favorite.
So
I think I
far.
gave it 2 stars
I'm, like
when
I
I
said,
read
quarter,
it.
but I'm exactly on page
Maybe I was
134.
more gracious and gave it
So
3.
when I finally finish this, I'll let you guys definitely know how I felt about it and if I decide to continue on. All right, so the final book that I want to read this month, I think I'm going to wait until I go on vacation towards the end of the month and read that week that I'm at the beach, and that is Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. This is
Ooh,
the last Gillian Flynn book that I have.
I did read Dark Places. I remember that I read that on vacation that year, and just a couple of weeks after this. And yeah, I really, really liked Dark Places. Gone Girl is my favorite. And actually, I believe it's Gillian Flynn, if I'm not mistaken. At this time, I was pronouncing it Jillian, who I had a friend named Jillian who spelled their name the same way. So that's kind of what I thought. But I actually think that it is Gillian. Anyway, not super important or relevant for this, but I did read this. Let's see if I describe what this book is about. If not, I'll let you know, although you probably know.
I've read Gone Girl and Sharp Objects. I enjoyed both of them, and I don't know exactly what this one's about, and I kind of want to read the back, but then I also kind of want to go into it blind. But I'm super excited for this. This is the book I'm most anticipating to read this month. Um, I just love Gillian Flynn, and I love her like dark and twisty novels, and I'm just so excited. But yeah, I want to save this till I'm on vacation at the beach. I don't know. There's just something reading like a thriller and a mystery at the beach to me that just is really it's fun and I like it and that's what I like to do. But yeah, so I'm definitely excited for this one, and I definitely am going to do a whole video about this regardless of my feelings about this when I finally finish it, hopefully. So be on the lookout for that too. All right.
Okay, so that's it. That's everything for that TBR reaction.
Um, Ultimately, yeah, I did really enjoy Dark Places. It is about a woman who is returning to her town. Basically, her entire family was like slaughtered like 20 years before, and this was really before I got into reading mystery thrillers. So Gillian Flynn was really the author that like exposed me to that genre and got me into reading those sorts of books. Hers are definitely a little bit more brutal than the ones I tend to read now. I'm definitely much more into the um, you know, kind of traditional, just like domestic thrillers, not so much more of those kind of dark, gritty thrillers and those sorts of things. But yeah, I really like that. So that was my first ever TBR that I did. I was successful on 2 out of the 4 books that I mentioned, or 3 out of the 4. The only one I never read was Zeros, actually. I've since gotten rid of that. I've since gotten rid of Nemesis as well. I do still have the Mortal Instruments books. Like I said, there's at my mom's house, so I will hopefully be getting them here physically with me in Arizona soon. But this was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I don't really have any plans to necessarily read these books, but I do just want to kind of go through some of my old TBRs and videos and really just kind of evaluate how my reading has changed over the years. And kind of why I don't stick to TBRs. I mean, the reason I don't is because I'm just such a mood reader. Like, I think me only putting 4 books on here was good because that's as about how many books I plan in advance. I know in future TBRs that I have on the channel that I'll react to, later on down the road, I put like 10 books on a TBR. And like that was just unrealistic of me. I think I started including books I wanted to do as audiobooks as well. So we will kind of explore those and everything. Maybe once I get through all of my TBR videos from my old channel, I'll do a video where I attempt to read some of the ones that I never got to. Um, I know a lot of them I have since gotten rid of, so we'll see. I'll kind of keep a list. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to read Zeros. It's just not a book that is for me. So we'll see when I get to the end of that. But that is everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye.